Round one, fight! Sonic boom! Sonic boom! Yes! Sonic boom!
Hi everybody, hi Itamar. We have a lot of great questions from you guys. We're gonna start the Q&A right away. Right Itamar, are you ready?
Nice haircut, by the way.
No, I don't like it. I forgot to bring myself a glass of water. Thanks. Okay, so let's get right to it. Abby Marks. She wonders about the debt that all of the kings and would-be kings in Westeros have to the Iron Bank, and whether they will have to pay that debt or not.
There's a saying, if you owe the bank $100, then you're in trouble.
Okay.
But if you owe the bank $100 million, then the bank is in trouble.
Right.
So if they won't be able to get their money back, there will be consequences. But
for them, and that's bad for business. So it's better. Maybe the Iron Bank will realize that it's better for them to offer debt relief and allow Westeros a blank slate and be more stable. Okay.
Makes
So
sense.
let's go to Theresa Wheeler, friend of the show. Hi, Theresa. She posed this question in the video about the three-headed dragon reformer, about Tyrion, Jon, and Daenerys, how they are not only, as the popular theory goes, the three future riders of the dragons, but also reformers. And she talks that she thinks maybe they're part of this dialectic process, which means that dialectics means that every action creates a reaction that destroys the structure itself. Every structure creates its own destruction, its own demise. So feudalism creates the reformers that destroy this system of government that does not accept reform. Also, she thinks that Bernie is breaking the wheel.
Yeah. It's trying.
He's trying. Okay.
Yeah. He won't succeed.
Not succeed. Try again. If
Yeah.
at first you don't succeed, never try again. Okay, let's go to Victor Lancome. Also about Bernie Sanders. You said that Bernie Sanders is a Jew and he cannot be bought. And Victor Lancome thinks that this sentence is grammatically incorrect. So Victor, in the description there's a link to our Patreon page, and you are more than welcome to try to buy us over there, and we'll see if that works or not. Just leave your credit card number over there. Okay, let's go to Aaron Paul. He wants to know that can he get on Q&As even if he doesn't have any relevant question to ask?
No.
You cannot. You cannot. Okay, so this is a great question now from Alec Patron, a friend of the show. He vehemently disagrees with me, with what I said about science. That basically, I'm going to sum it up, that I think that we as a society need to be able to rein in science. Okay?
I don't agree.
And he doesn't agree either. And he said that the people have a very poor track record of decision-making, important decision-making, and it's easy to fool us and to get us to do the wrong things. And he says that scientific research is being scrutinized by peers and by governments, and he thinks that science can transcend politics and lead to international cooperation, right? And he actually has a very interesting job at developing rice and corn to feed people who don't have enough food. And he thinks that this is great. So let me first rebuttal, and then you can rebuttal my rebuttal. When I was talking about science, I was actually talking about progress. That part of progress is science and technology and the market, the free market. And I think that actually now when he talks about creating food for people who don't have enough money, this is science's way and progress's way to solve a problem that progress has created. Overpopulation. So basically, if science now solves this problem and we don't have hunger anymore, then instead of 8 or 9 billion people, we're going to be 16 billion people, and we'll have a whole new set of problems that progress will have to find a new solution for.
So what are you saying? Don't feed the hungry?
You know how Donald Trump said that he thinks that the U.S. should stop all immigration until they figure what the hell is going on? So I said, hold the presses! No more science until we figure this shit out. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, of course, but we can do a separate video and talk about progress.
But in my view, it's you put it on the scale, like pros and cons.
Okay.
Of course, there are side effects of progress and side effects of discovering new things, like how to build huge bombs that can destroy everything. But
You think the pros outweigh the cons?
I think the pros outweigh the cons, because we are already in a society that is very much dependent on this discovering and creating more solution. And if we cut it in some certain way, or if we put non-scientific people to regulate them, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Okay, about the pros and cons, there's global warming, which could destroy us all.
So don't feed anyone.
No, no, progress created global warming.
So, and you have to use science to
solve the
problem that was created. It's not like
it's a never-ending cycle. Global warming could destroy us all.
That's the way it is, you know. It will end the moment that we will stop be sophisticated apes, and we'll become this quantum entity that floats in the universe. And you know how we can achieve that?
How?
Jesus.
Okay, so if you want to be more than sophisticated apes, you can explain in the comments your position on this view. So let's go to Tai Noguchi from Colombia. Hi, Tai. Actually, we think that it's awesome that you mentioned in the comments where you're from, because we have a global audience, so keep doing that. And he wrote that comment on our first installment of the Great Man History series about Pablo Escobar. He said, "Thank you for the video and shedding light on the topic." We were very happy to read that comment. That meant a lot. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Natacha Global. She's related to Danny Glover, you think? She's from Belgium. And I mentioned in the previous Q&A that I was raised in Belgium. So she wants to know. She said, "Greetings from Brussels." Greetings.
That's where all
Hello, as they say in Brussels.
That's where Brussels sprouts come from? That's where Brussels sprouts?
This is good. This is good. So I spent 4 years in Belgium, as you know, from age of 8 to 12 in Brussels. And I think Brussels is awesome. And she asked us also a cupcake or rainbow. They both want to know. How long have we known each other, if we are long-time friends or new friends? And we've known each other actually for about 3 years, and we've been good friends for only 2 years. But we've been seeing each other like every fucking day. And we're actually getting sick of each other.
Are you?
Okay, we'll talk about it later. So friend, let's go on to Red Team Review. This is what I'm talking about! This is what I'm talking about! Okay, Red Team Review. You know, this channel, he has a huge channel, 100,000 subscribers. He does videos about Star Wars and Game of Thrones and Walking Dead and stuff like that. And he gave us a shout out like 6 months ago that blew up our channel from 1,000 subscribers to 2,000 subscribers. That was incredible. And he liked the comment in the previous Q&A how Brienne is similar to a Ronin. And he says that he thinks it's a shame that we won't be able to read about the Eastern civilizations in George R.R. Martin's world, like China and Japan.
Maybe we will, but not from George R.R. Martin.
Maybe a new series.
Yeah, maybe his son or something like that.
His son doesn't have a son, and he's actually very much against sons writing the books of their fathers.
So maybe you will write it.
Okay, so we have a link to Red Team Review's channel in the description. Check him out, and please write, if you want to, a comment in his video that the Academy sends their regards. That's like an inside joke. So let's go to Sword of the Morning and Thomas Vold. They say that we didn't explain very well Preston Jacobs' theory about how this fantasy world is basically a science fiction world. So I'll tell you my take on it. Basically what we do is we go out of the story okay, to expand it and then learn something new and add new layers to the existing text. And what Preston Jacobs does is similar in that he goes out of the story to add some new layers, but he goes out to George R. R. Martin's previous novels, science fiction novels, and he finds similarities. And then he says that if this and this happened in previous George R. R. Martin books, it means that it's the same in A Song of Ice and Fire. Actually, I think that that it's very reductive, and does not expand the story, but minimizes the possibilities.
Yeah, I'm not sure it works like that as well. You are a writer, you know the writing process. If you already written a book, yeah, you can make some variation, but doesn't means that the whole trajectory in it's the same story.
Yeah, and actually he thinks that it's the same world, a science fiction world. It's not a fantasy story, a science fiction story. And I think our bottom line, to put it just to have a bottom line, is that we would be very disappointed if that turned out to be a correct theory, because
it's not the story I read.
Yeah, I think it's less interesting than a fantasy story inspired from history. So let's go to Maxim Van Humbeek, maybe also from Belgium or Holland, whatever. That's a very interesting question. We hadn't thought of that. If Sansa indeed becomes queen, as we say, and she's a virgin queen, or she's married to Tyrion, but they don't consummate the marriage, who will be the successor?
There will be a problem, but maybe she will bring a stability in a sense that when they will pick her heir, it won't create like a chaos and a civil war. Maybe she will think about it in advance even, and will name the house or the closest relative.
Maybe to have them support her.
Yeah, could be.
But I actually hope that there will be a problem, because then there is more story to tell. Okay, so that was a question from Facebook. Now to a question from Twitter. S. Diaz de Medina. This also is related to the previous question. You have a prediction that the Republic is coming. Okay, do you think that that fits with the Targaryen Restoration?
No, I don't think.
It actually goes against.
Yeah, the Targaryen, unless they will be convinced, and I don't think necessarily it will be a republic per se. It will still be a monarchy, but more representative than it was before. And no, I don't think the Targaryens are in line with the.
They're crazy.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Okay, so let's go to another question from Facebook. Morten Mulig. He wants to know, what plot are we most excited about for the Winds of Winter? So you go first.
Tyrion, obviously.
Tyrion, why are you so
because
excited about that?
I like him, and his stories are very against all the odds, and he uses trickery.
And he's moving all the time.
And he's moving and seeing a lot, and I love his observations on the world. I trust his observation on the world. And Samuel as well, I really, because he didn't appear in the last book.
Dance of Dragons, right?
Dance of Dragons, and now he's like...
and he's in Old Town.
He's in Old Town and giving us a peek into like a very special place that we don't really know a lot about. So that's interesting.
I'm actually excited about Daenerys' plot. How she's gonna round up all the Dothraki and just plow through all of Essos. I think that would be incredible. And I don't know, will make us maybe question if we love her, support her, or not. So now we have 3 related questions. 2 from Facebook. Rebecca Severus Snape, like Mr. Snape from Harry Potter, and Sarah Feldman and Kat Snow. They ask about the Starks, what Jon will do, if there will be a reunion of the Starks, and is there justice in this world? So what is your answer to those 3 questions?
No.
No to any of them? And do you think that there is justice in this world?
I don't think there is justice in the universe, It's justice is like a human world,
Right.
So
yeah, that we try to put into a world that
it says something like the world owes me something. So if it doesn't happen like I expect it to be, so it's not just. But
what is justice anyway?
Yeah, the world doesn't care about you at all. But who cares about you?
Who?
Jesus.
I know he cares about me. Okay, Liam Cave. wants to know what is the difference between jihad and holy sacrifice. So we're not experts on Islam, but basically, like the popular notion of jihad is this holy war, never-ending holy war. But there is another meaning of jihad, which is more personal, a personal journey to overcome your own. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on the times and.
But
context.
even now, there is two parallel.
Yeah, because the text still exists in almost the same form that it was from the beginning. So. You can always read what you want in the Old Testament and in the New Testament and in the Quran. If you're searching for something to justify your hatred and your grievous sense against the world,
or your sense
or your
of
compassion,
peace, compassion.
or so you will find it in the text. You will find it in Harry Potter as well. You will find it in
this book.
Yeah, Son of Ice and Fire as well. Let's say if you're a hateful person, it's better that you don't read the Bible
at all. Any Bible,
any
at all.
religious text at all.
Yeah. And just don't go out of the house.
Yeah,
just
just
stay in the
kill
house.
yourself. That's it.
Okay, so PPR78 wants to know. It's another question about the Iron Bank. That's a very interesting question about the influence of the Iron Bank of Braavos and how it helps destabilize Westeros and how this compares to Western civilization helping destabilize the Middle East, right? I think that like the U.S. foreign policy for the Middle East, even though they have like competing interests inside the U.S. government, and of course the current Republican Party has no interest in promoting peace, actually the other way around, but generally speaking, the U.S., obviously the U.S. would benefit from a stable Middle East and from peace because they could put banks everywhere,
McDonald's
everywhere and whatever, and make money.
Yeah, for their corporations. And I think as an institution, the Bank of Braavos is more like the I.M.F, the International Monetary Fund. I won't say it's the cause of the disorder in Africa, but it's certainly a contributing factor that they condition their lending, their money lending to the states by internal reforms, which basically, liberal reforms, which basically helps the international corporations.
Against the people.
On the expense of the common man, of the people, and the poor, of course. And then if it doesn't work out, and usually they give money to dictators, or they used to give money to dictators, and if the dictators falls, the debt still holds up.
On the people.
On the people. Oh, you want more money now? Okay, what about that, what we told you, and that, we told you that, and we told you that.
Yeah, give us like your oil and give us whatever.
Do a liberal reform and basically sell us your stuff cheaply.
And in the meantime, the dictators have their money hidden in Western banks.
Yeah. So this is like
it's like a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, so now Yankel Portnoy wants to know if the order of the books on the shelf have any meaning, and what does Ulysses, the book Ulysses, has to do with Tyrion. So I would like to tell him that there is no meaning at all. It's all totally random. Or is it? So now we have a few comments about reform. Again, from our previous video about reform. We asked people to tell us what would they like to reform in their own country. So Taz Kid Noah 19 from the US would basically like to reform all of the US foreign policy and domestic policy and repeal the Citizens United and stop propping up dictators and just change like a whole laundry list, which I agree with everything completely. And also teach history without any European bias. Verlaine, she's from the US, she wants single-payer healthcare, free public college. She wants the banks to be broken up. And she wants to regulate Wall Street and close all the tax loopholes.
We didn't know that Bernie Sanders is a fan of ours.
Right. So why do you use your fake name Verlaine? Bernie Verlaine Sanders? We feel the burn.
We feel it.
Okay. Abu Anderson. That's a funny name. Abu Anderson. Abu means like father of, right, in Arabic. So he would like all the bureaucrats in his home province of Quebec to be in a mandatory cage match to the death to make them earn their cushy jobs.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you for your input, Itamar. James Cobham lives in Canada as well, and he says that he got his reform when Trudeau was elected. Thank you for rubbing it in. Mitchell Dale from Australia wants to abolish all the subsidies to energy companies that pollute the earth and contribute to global warming, and instead use that money for renewable energy.
Yeah.
Right? We disagree. I disagree. I like global warming. Sergio Diaz de Medina. This is very interesting, from Chile. Thank you for posting this comment. He talks about the current problems in Chile, how they have a 25-year-old constitution that everybody is afraid to touch, and the vested interests, especially in the military, they have like cushy pensions, and the other people don't get as much. And he says that democracy is there. He puts that in like quotations.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Sounds familiar. Yeah.
They are coming out of dictatorship now.
Right.
And we are maybe...
We're coming in.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe in like 50 years we'll be where Chile is. And Mortimer Sneed. Okay, Mortimer Sneed. He wants an end to the war on drugs. More. I would like to see an end to the war on drugs.
No, thank you.
Okay, next question. Disappointed Turtle, friend of the show. Hi, Mr. Disappointed. He says that Itamar's facial expressions could rival those of Mr. Donald Trump.
What is he talking about?
I don't see it. I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No, I think like you're like flat all the time, flat. Okay, thank you. Okay, so this is one of the best comments that we've ever had from Mistress of Night 69. Let me read that to you. Like in the previous video, we read out loud a comment from MN that says that the guy on the left should shut the fuck up and the guy on the right should learn how to speak English. So she says, hey guys, I haven't commented much on your videos, but I had to comment today after seeing you read the first comment. You guys are so awesome. Classy gentlemen, with how you handle such a worthless shitlord, asshat. Guy on the left, that's me. You do not need to shut the fuck up. Thank you. You keep doing what you're doing because I like that shit.
Amen.
And you, guy on the right, don't even worry about him saying you need to learn how to speak English, because you could cuss out that guy in 2 languages. Maybe even more languages. I don't know how many languages you know. Either way, you guys are making awesome videos and learning shit and having majestic as fuck conversation.
Damn straight.
Majestic as fuck. I like that. And all he's doing is watching your majestic as fuck videos and commenting negatively on them because he has nothing constructive to do with his life.
Not even one thing.
Keep the party going. Thank you, mistress. Thank you. We appreciate that. Okay, so now we're beginning to wrap it up. Sage Bias says he loves our editor. We love him too. And he wants us to tell her or him that he's doing a great job. And there was another comment about the editor because he remains anonymous. He's very shy, but another comment, somebody wanted to see him. So he said that you could see who he was, but as long as he was wearing a mask. So here you go. Last comment is another good comment. It says, my favorite Jews. It's from HighFuelHyder. I don't know if he's saying like, my favorite Jews, or my favorite Jews.
No, I like it. It's great to find out that we are expanding into new crowds all the time.
Right.
We are now trying to get inside the neo-Nazi market.
Right.
It's a great untapped market.
Right, they pay a lot of money.
They have, for some reason, there are no Jews in the neo-Nazi market. So you put the foothold there, Mr. Führer. Tell all your friends. Fear.
Okay, so Nazis, come on over to this channel. Come on over. We are his favorite Jews. So let's wrap it up. If you have questions for us for the next Q&A, you can mention in the comments. And we'd like, and we're getting as many questions as we get because you're posting so many awesome questions. And as we said earlier, there's a link in the description to our Patreon page that will allow us to sustain this channel and subscribe to get our next videos. I think we have a lot of awesome content on Twitter and Facebook, right? So maybe you should check out those too. And we'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.